Hello there guys, David right here, and today I'm bringing you guys another Christmas movie review. Now the movie that I'm reviewing today was for a time a cult classic, but at this point it's just a classic, everyone knows it, and at this point it's pretty overhyped, but that doesn't change the fact that A Christmas Story from 1984 is incredible. This is a great movie, and this isn't really going to be a review so much as just me saying, if you haven't seen the movie, why haven't you seen the movie? Why haven't you seen the movie? No, I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. If you like Christmas movies, if you like movies in general, if you like funny movies, if you like great comedies, if you like anything at all, you've probably seen this movie. But if you haven't, what you doing? What you doing? That was strange. I won't do that again. But what are you doing? Anyways, I'm just being hypothetical. You've probably seen the movie, but yeah, I'm sure you know the plot, really. It's about a kid, and, well, his family's going through kind of trivial stuff throughout Christmas time. Like, he really wants to get a Red Ryder BB gun. And, well, his parents don't really want him to have a BB gun, and a lot of elders around him constantly throughout the movie, in pretty much the film's most iconic line, are constantly saying, like, you can't have a BB gun, you'll shoot your eye out, kid. Everyone knows that line, and like I said, at this point, this film is so overhyped. Everyone is just like, you'll shoot your eye out, kid, ha ha ha, that's a great movie, ha, I'm so clever for knowing that line from that cult classic. It's not a cult classic anymore, it's just, everyone knows A Christmas Story. So if you know about A Christmas Story, you're not, like, you're not special in that sense. You don't know about some cult small film that people don't, like, A Christmas Story is just so, shot around all over the place in pop culture nowadays, and so to some people it's gotten to the point where it's just like, the people that were fans of the movie in the first place before it was, a big classic like it is now, a big pop culture phenomenon like it kind of is now, like there's so much merchandise for it that's sold every year around Christmas time, that the people that were fans of it originally are now just kind of tired of it, like, okay, I've had enough of it, I'm kind of done with this movie, I don't really need to see it anymore. Luckily, for me at least, that has not happened. This is still a great movie. This is one of my favorite comedies of all time. I'm not sure if I think it's a better comedy than a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I'd have to think about that. They're both different types of comedies. Like, this movie isn't subtle with its humor, but it's not so much slapstick as it is just, banter dialogue and just, really strange things happening, but it's really funny, and just the scenes to where you get inside the main character, Ralphie's imagination, are just really good. And this movie has some of the best narration, if not the best narration ever. Like, I mean, I don't know, maybe The Shawshank Redemption has better narration, comparing The Shawshank Redemption to A Christmas Story, I don't know. I mean, I think A Christmas Story might have, like, the best narration ever. Like, it's like, it's like the narration from the Wonder Years, but actually even better. It's really good. And, yeah, just, man, if I were to just, dissect, like, every single funny thing about this movie, I would, and I definitely can. I mean, if I wanted to spend just hours talking about every just great, classic, comedic line in this movie, every joke, every punchline, I would. But I'm not going to do that because that would get boring if I just went around saying that over and over again. I also don't want to ruin jokes for anyone who hasn't seen the movie. So basically, see the movie if you haven't seen it. You gotta see it. It's an A-plus movie. It's one of my personal favorite Christmas movies of all time. And yes, it's overhyped, so go into it with an open mind. Like, maybe don't be expecting the greatest movie of all time, kind of have your expectations, kind of low, just expecting an average movie, because, I mean, it's overhyped. Hype can ruin anything at all. But just give this movie a chance, and it has one of the most Christmassy feels for any Christmas movie ever. Even when I was 6 years old, I might have been 6 or 5 when I first saw this movie. My dad just, like, went to the store and got it. He was like, okay, we're going to watch this when we get home. And then we got home, and then we watched it. Now, even at the time, I didn't understand, because, like I said, this movie doesn't have slapstick so much. There's only a couple scenes that kind of utilize somewhat slapsticky humor, but it's all in the banter, it's all in the funny dialogue and the great narration. When I was 5 or 6, I can't remember, or I think I was 5. When I was 5, I didn't laugh my butt off when I saw this movie. I didn't think it was hilarious. However, despite that fact, I still loved it. I enjoyed it so much, and that's because it was Christmas time, of course, when we were watching it. Middle of December, had the Christmas tree up, all kinds of Christmas decorations all over the place, and when you're young, like, you especially feel the Christmas spirit, obviously. And this movie is just so drenched in Christmas atmosphere. It just puts you in such a good mood when you watch it. So even, like, I was like 8 or 9 when I actually got to the point where I could understand, like, oh yeah, this movie's actually hilarious. And I understood, like, the majority of the jokes when I was like 9. But when I was 5, even then, I loved it because it has such a Christmassy feel. This is such a great movie, and I love it, and I always will. It's an A+. Gore rating doesn't apply to this movie. There's no violence in it. I mean, technically there is, but it's different. So yeah, no blood. I mean, there's no reason for me to even use gore ratings for any movie, like even horror movies, but whatever, I'm a weirdo like that, so I mentioned it. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please rate and comment and subscribe, and if you want to, you can also share. I know I was just gloating about this movie and be like, it's amazing, but, I mean, that's all there is to say, or at least that's all there is I have to say without me just, ruining jokes for everybody and just, like, quoting the movie. And this is one of the most quotable films of all time. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.